Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine on a later edition of Breaking Dawn. Of course, guys, sorry, I've been incredibly busy. I've just literally got home right now. I haven't stopped. Haven't had time to breathe, guys. Thank you so much for being patient. And thank you so much for joining, guys. And also, thank you so much for the guys who've been smashing a like on the video, guys. Because before you start, those who haven't, please don't forget to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to, you know what? Put your notifications on and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Let's get straight into some Manchester United news, shall we? Now, of course, there's lots going on at Man United at the moment. There's lots of disgruntlement. There's lots of arguing amongst fans. There's lots of disagreements and stuff like that. But ultimately, what's the overriding fact here? It does seem very messy. Man United seems very messy at the moment. If you know what I mean, it seems very. I don't know. It just seems like all over the place. There's no direct plan. And what's new? No direct plan. Nothing going on. No plan for Man United. What's the plan for Man United? What's going to happen with Man United? Do you know what I mean? And I think this is the biggest problem that we're having at the moment. Now, look, I'm going to get into some transfer news. Firstly, I want to talk about a couple of players that may be leaving Manchester United. And then I'm going to talk about the players that will be coming in to replace them. Now, two players that will be leaving Man United, and it does look likely that they're going to be leaving Man United, Emmanuel Ugarte, of course, and Kobbie Mainoo. Now, Kobbie Mainoo and Emmanuel Ugarte have been out of favour, not been starting for Manchester United. And, of course, it is World Cup year. So, obviously, these players are going to want to be playing. They're going to want first-team football. They're going to want to be playing regularly for their club, obviously. Otherwise, they're not going to get in the World Cup squads. Now, in regards to Kobbie Mainoo, it does look unlikely he's going to reach the World Cup squad, given that he hasn't been in the last Thomas Tuchel squads. And it is literally, we're running out of time for the World Cup, of course. And these players, if they're not in the last couple of World Cup squads, they're not going to be in it. Now, Kobbie Mainoo is subject of interest from Newcastle United. Newcastle United are interested in Kobbie Mainoo, guys. Now, obviously, we don't really want to sell to a Premier League rival. We would much rather Kobbie Mainoo go abroad to play for another club abroad, of course, guys. As you do when you play abroad. You play for another club abroad, of course, guys. We want our players not to play against us, basically, because deep down we know that Kobbie Mainoo will come good eventually once he's given a few games and stuff like that in the right environment. Unfortunately, right now, things have gone toxic. For whatever reason has happened, things have gone toxic. As I spoke about yesterday, there's a number of things wrong. There are a number of things that happen behind the scenes in the training ground and stuff like that. That I'm not obliged to tell everyone about that, but there is quite some serious things professionally that happen with Kobbie Mainoo, which is the reason he's not playing. And of course, Ruben Amorim is not going to come out and start saying, look, I'm not going to be, you know what, he done this to me, he said this to me. Because we all know what happens, especially last year when Ruben Amorim spoke about this is the worst Man United team of all time. We weren't telling a lie, but we all know the outroar and the outcry that happened after that, didn't we? We all knew the gruntlements and the arguing and the media circus that happened straight after that. So I don't think he's ever going to do that again. So the Kobbie Mainoo situation is going to be hush-hush. But there are a number of clubs interested in Kobbie Mainoo, one of which is Newcastle United in the Premier League, of course, guys. Now, Emmanuel Ugarte, for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out for Emmanuel Ugarte this season. Ruben Amorim actually said himself he's not the same player as he was at Sporting Lisbon, which is weird. We don't know what's happened to him. Because I remember when we were interested in Emmanuel Ugarte, everyone was hyping up Emmanuel Ugarte. They were saying, we need Emmanuel Ugarte. He's the missing piece of the puzzle. I was there, guys. I remember what everyone was saying at the end of the day. But unfortunately, it just quite hasn't worked out for him. And you know what? In football, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And you just have to say, well, you know what? I hold my hands up. It just hasn't worked out, guys. And we move on from it at the end of the day. Ugarte is subject of interest on Galatasaray in Turkey in a 40 million euro deal, guys. Would you take that deal? This is going to happen in January, if anything. This will happen in January. Would you take that deal? Would you sell Ugarte for Galatasaray for 40 million? Now, we could say yes. And we say, yes, we want 40 million for Ugarte. I mean, he's going to cut a loss. We're going to lose some money on him. But at the same time, you know what I would say is that we need to make some money as well. So whatever we get is going to be a blessing, to be honest. But it does depend on Emmanuel Ugarte. Will Emmanuel Ugarte want to go to Turkey? Of course, Onana is in Turkey with Trabzonspor at the moment. But you know what I would say is that it's up to him. If he wants to go, then you know what? Will he say yes? And the court is not in our corner. The ball is not in our court. And this is what we're talking about, you know, because we could want to sell him. We could say we're selling for 40 million. Let's get the money for him. Let's go for it. They're getting the money for him, but he might not want to go. So Ugarte to Galatasaray is an extremely a realistic proposition, but also it does depend on Ugarte whether he wants to go to Turkey or not. Of course, it is a little bit of a downgrade moving away from the Premier League to Turkey, of course, but it is a way to rebuild your career as well. Other players have gone to Galatasaray and done pretty well and built themselves up. Namely, of course, Osimhen. We all know Osimhen was a great player at Napoli, but he went to Galatasaray and he actually elevated himself. He actually became more valuable at Galatasaray, didn't he? And he still is valuable at Galatasaray. He still plays them, of course, guys. Absolutely. Now, what's going to happen in regards to Manchester United and replacing these players? Because when we're looking at the summer, and this is something that many people are not mentioning about the players that left the football club. More players left the football club than players came in. And this is what we're talking about. And they didn't leave the club with money. They left the club on loan, which obviously doesn't help anybody at the end of the day, especially with the transfer side of things. We won't be able to afford any transfer if we don't get any money for these players. They've gone on loan, of course, guys. So we need more players. We need players to come in. We can't have a further weakened squad by losing the likes of Manu and losing the likes of Ugarte as well. We have to have players that come in and that can rectify the squad and can actually act as cover for the squad, because our squad is very weak at the moment. Ayyoub, Bouaddi and Carlos Baleba are two players that we are very, very interested in at the moment, which could possibly happen in January, guys. Now, the difference between Anderson and players like that, they won't arrive until the summer. Players like Bouaddi and Baleba are two players that could quite possibly come into the football club in January. Carlos Baleba and Ayyoub Bouaddi. Now, obviously, I've been speaking about Carlos Baleba a lot on this stream. I seem like a broken record when it comes to Carlos Baleba, don't I? There's so much in regards to Carlos Baleba. What's happened with Carlos Baleba? Why didn't he sign for Man United? What's his performances like? Are Man United going to sign him despite his performances? Now, I watched Brighton and Hove Albion against West Ham United yesterday, and I felt he did okay. I don't think he's a 60, 70 million pound player, in my opinion. I just don't. Having watched Carlos Baleba for the duration of the season, I just don't think he's that midfielder that is going to take Man United to the promised land. I don't. I'm being honest now. I looked at him yesterday and he was okay. He was all right. Nothing special. Nothing between him and Mark Noble or someone like that. There's nothing in it in between that. If I was to be honest with you, I like Carlos Baleba. I'm a big fan of Carlos Baleba, but I just don't think there's anything in it in regards to him, in regards to his performances. His performances, they're just not striking me, guys. And, we have to think objectively and realistically in regards to a business side of things, in regards to Man United. We have to think about it very, very deeply that if we sign these players, we have to make sure these are the right players. We don't have much money to play with, apparently, because to Ineos. So if we're going to bring in Carlos Baleba, wouldn't it be better if we save the Carlos Baleba money and just pull it towards Anderson in the summer? I don't know. And bring in Ayyoub Bouaddi in January. Maybe we can do that, of course, guys. Ayyoub Bouaddi, of course, is 60 million. Man United have been said that a deal of 60 million is what would entice the Bouaddi deal to go to Manchester United. 60 million deal, guys. Ayyoub Bouaddi, 60 million to Manchester United in January. Guys, obviously, he is a generational player. The player is going to be a future French international. So if Man United are going to make a move, they need to make a move now. And as we've seen with Manchester City over the weekend with that Robona assist from Manchester City and Turkey, you need to buy these players. They're good enough. If they're good enough, they're old. If they're good enough, they're old enough. Just bring them in and let's see what he can do at the end of the day, guys. In my opinion, and let's see if it can happen. Of course, guys, absolutely. Let me just read this 1 second. If it can happen. Now, I would love Bouaddi at the football club. Of course, I would. I would love Bouaddi at the football club. Basically, that would be great to have a young player like that with a huge potential. Baleba, I like Baleba. And one thing I would say, and I'm not slandering Baleba at all. He's one of my favorite players, right? He's one of my favorite players. And because I'm frustrated in Baleba because of what's going on at the moment, I know I'm frustrated in his performance this season. You, me, both. But if I was a gun to head, at the end of the day, we have to look at things, what's best for Manchester United, what's going to take Man United forward, how are Man United going to go forward in regards to these players. Because at the moment, as I said at the beginning of the show, it is very messy at the moment. There's nothing very clear going on at the moment, and I touch on what my friend Tyborg said on my other video, that it is messy. It is all over the place and there's no direct plan going on at the moment, you know what I mean, that you can feel comfortable and say that, yeah, this is what is happening and stuff like that. But Ugarte Manu at the door, theoretically, and Ayyoub, Bouaddi and Carlos Baleba coming into the football club, theoretically, of course, guys. So that is what could possibly happen, of course. One other little bit of news in regards to Manchester United is Joshua Zirkzee. Manchester United have rejected approaches from the likes of Roma for a loan deal with an obligation to buy. Zirkzee, of course, has been out of favour for the majority of the season, but just recently has walked into the side because obviously Sesko's injury, of course. Looking at Zirkzee right now, I don't think it's wise to get rid of Zirkzee, considering we've got the AFCON coming up round the corner. Man United need as many players up front as they could possibly muster. We can't get rid of Zirkzee as well. It'd be an absolute ridiculous decision to get rid of Zirkzee, especially we've got the AFCON coming up at the moment. Roma did offer a loan with an obligation to buy. Absolutely not. It has been rejected, of course, but there has been other offers for Zirkzee. Now, there is little slight rumours that Zirkzee wants first-team football. He wants to be playing first-team football consistently. Now, this might be Zirkzee's opportunity to play first-team football consistently. Obviously, he's going to be in the team tonight against Wolverhampton Wanderers, most likely. And I think that it is his chance to shine. He didn't shine against the last game we played against West Ham. He did not shine, unfortunately. And this is what we're talking about, guys. This is what we're talking about, consistency and performances. This is so important in regards to that, because at the end of the day, we could scream to the top of the rooftops, he should be playing, he should be playing, he should be playing. But at the end of the day, if they're not performing when they come onto the pitch and they're not becoming a striker, a potent striker, a dangerous striker for Manchester United, what can we do, guys, at the end of the day? Like, you know, and it is annoying that these are not Ruben Amorim players. And this is one thing we have to also remember. None of these guys are Ruben Amorim players. They're not Ruben Amorim players. And it is frustrating that Ruben Amorim doesn't have his team together. And you know what? This is what we've been arguing about for a while, of course, guys. Let me just say hello to the community. Hope you're doing well. Big up everyone, and everyone is doing blessed in the community, of course, guys. Big up Max. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up Tyborg. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're good, my friend. Big up Ellen. Thank you for waiting. Big up Ellen. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up Stephen. What's going on? Big up Sal United fam. Hope to get 3-0 win today. Come on, my guy. But you never know with this team. You never know, do you, Stephen? Absolutely. Stephen, be lucky to get 15, 20 million for Ugarte. Apparently it's 40 million euros, which is about 33 million pounds, around that. My maths and my conversion rate thing isn't the best in the world, but it will be around and that run. Big up Coco. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Let's get that win today, no matter what. We have to get the win by hook or by crook. Look, I feel like a broken record. I feel like we've been here before, right? We have been here before. Of course, we've been here many times, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up Ephraim. Big up my friend. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Absolutely. Big up Christian. What's going on? I want to say, I get you don't want to sell to a rival yet, but you don't want to play the culture, see what the quality we don't want to use. So why worry about rivals if you have an idea what you want to be? Because at the end of the day, smart people don't do that. Because at the end of the day, if we miss out on the Champions League by a point because Kobe Mainoo got a last-minute goal for Newcastle, you know what I mean? It's nothing to do with we worry about them. We got to worry about what they do. We're catching up at the moment. So at the moment, why are we going to strengthen our rival? When we signed Andy Cole from Newcastle, the whole of the Newcastle fan base went absolutely ballistic, right? They went absolutely ballistic because they knew that was our armor. That was the advantage that we knew. We gave them Keith Gillespie. That was the thing, the armor. Christian, you have to worry about these things at the end of the day. You have to worry about, you know what, selling a quality player to a rival. Do you think Real Madrid will sell a player to Barcelona, or Barcelona sold to Real Madrid, you know, or anyone like that? Do you think they'll do that? They wouldn't do that, mate, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's best that Kobe Mainoo goes abroad, and that will be best for Manchester United and Manchester United going forward. We got to think smartly here, mate. Smart, you know what I mean? Up here. You know what I mean? That's what we have to do. Not just say, all right, we send him to Newcastle and he becomes a superstar for Newcastle and then they get in the Champions League and then we're not in the Champions League. We have to think about it. We're not this extremely world-class football team at the moment that we don't have to worry about them, right? At the moment, we're not that world-class football team. You know what I mean? So we are going to be dealing with fine margins here. We're going to be dealing with small margins, of course. Big up, William. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Euros, my friend. Euros. Big up, Max. Morning, Sal, and everyone feeling positive about tonight's game. 3-0 United. Come on, my friend. Big up, Phil. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Sal, what's your thought of players saying the criticism of the Class of 92 pissed us off? I think it's just all fabricated news, my friend. I think, again, it's fabricated news. Again, it's rubbish news, guys, in my opinion. Absolutely. Dave, large up, Sal. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope everything is well. I'll be going to the game today. Good luck to you, my friend. I hope we annihilate them and build the goal difference issue. Is that Wolves can also have... I mean, at the end of the day, Dave, I'll be honest with you, mate. It'd be fantastic if Man United can get the goal difference sorted out and everything like that. But what I would say, however, is that the most important for Man United tonight is get the win, mate. Get the win. Get your good juju, mate. Go out there and just bless us with a win today, Dave. Big up yourself. Absolutely. Right, okay. Mark, big up. When Amarim plays a weak midfield on purpose, leaving internationals with no minutes, how do you know he will play anyone that he's brought in? It doesn't make any sense, mate. When Amarim plays a weak midfield on purpose, Ruben doesn't play a weak midfield on purpose, Mark. This is an absolute flawed, stupid argument, mate, at the end of the day. He doesn't play a weak midfield by purpose. He plays a midfield that he thinks is the best mentality and professionally. At the end of the day, like I've said in regards to Kobbie Mainoo, his professionalism in the training has not been good. And Kobbie Mainoo has basically spelled it out for you in the press conferences that a lot of these players do not have the professionalism to play. So then you go, without Kobbie Mainoo, who else do we play? Ugarte is not as good as Casemiro. So who are we playing then? Come on, sunshine, tell me, who are we playing? He's not that he's playing a weak mentality. He's not playing a weak midfield. How do you know that we anyone that is brought in? At the end of the day, he hasn't got anyone that is his. So how do you know that, mate? It's just such a weird, idiotic comment, mate. Absolutely, Mark. Dave, everyone is at the club at a fraction of your work rate will be performing well. If everyone at the club at a fraction of your work rate, big up, Dave. Much love to you, my friend. Much love. See what we want and sell on clauses in our buyback clauses. Get the money in and start rebuilding. If they give us enough money, that is, of course. Give us a win. Yo, big up, Kenny. How you doing, mate? Big up yourself. Sal, what is your prediction for today's game? I'm going with a 3-1 win for Man United today. I'm going to be doing my match preview later on today. It is a bit late, the match preview, of course, but I'm going to be doing my match preview later on, guys. Don't forget to join me for that. Of course, guys, it will be a good one. Absolutely, everyone. Going to be a busy day today for me, an absolutely very busy day for me. I've got today's stream. I've got the match preview. I've got the watch along as well, and God knows what happens after that as well, guys. So there's a lot going on at the moment for me and stuff. So I've been incredibly busy, guys. Really appreciate everyone who waited around for the stream, of course, guys, and those who come in and speak a lot of sense, of course, guys. That's very important as well. Not to make my brain go, you know what I mean, and lower my IQ in the time that I need my maximum IQ, of course, guys. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. But I will be doing my match preview later on, guys, and be bringing my predictions for the lineup, for what Ruben Amorim's going to do and stuff like that. Ultimately, all I care about is a win tonight. I don't care about anything else. That is the most important thing for me. Now, in regards to Kobbie Mainoo, Man United throughout history have never sold their best players to their rivals. And Newcastle, I would deem as a rival. That is what's happened, right? That is a truth, and that's a fact. We never used to do that. If we bring Kobbie Mainoo into Newcastle United, it would be an advantage for Newcastle theoretically going forward because he might improve and he might improve Newcastle United. That means that if we're going to do the deal with Newcastle are going to have to slap up a 60, 70 million fee for Man United because we have to look at what it is, guys. We have to look at what Newcastle would do if we wanted, for example, Gimenez or something like that. What would Newcastle do? 60, 70 million straight up, off the cap, baff, off the cap, slap that down, absolutely. That is what it is at the end of the day. So what we need a squad that we need the money for Kobbie Mainoo. If we're going to sell Kobbie Mainoo, in my opinion, to Newcastle, I want to see the pennies. I want to see the money in there. I want to see proper fee, 60, 70 million, right? And I think he'd do very well under Eddie Howe as well. I really do. Absolutely. Big up, Yale. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see you, my friend. I got the same feeling today I had with Everton. I think we are going to stumble and give Wolves their first win. Yale, I don't like that comment, my friend. I don't like going into games pessimistically. I don't care what you think about winning or losing. If you come on this stream and say Man United are going to lose to Wolves, I don't care, mate. I don't give a shit, to be honest, what you think. I'm not going to read another one of your comments. Wolves are pure dross. If the players don't like Amorim's tactics, then they should take the matters into their own hands and make sure we win today by hook or by crook. Absolutely, Dave. Absolutely. Good evening, Sal, everyone. Yeah, guys, there is a club called Stay back in Norway. They could support that if you want to be pessimistic about Man United against Wolverhampton Wanderers and saying, no, good, we're going to lose. I don't care, mate. Go and build a snowman. Good evening, Sal, everyone. What's a pick up Pearl, by the way? Hope you're doing well. You to all those Amorim haters that the club is doing it to Mainoo is destroying the development by playing him or devalue him. Sal, what do you, the club, Sal, Amram haters, that what the club is doing to Manu is destroying the development by not playing or development. I don't give a damn Pearl what Amram haters do. It's man dem opinion, as I said many, many times, guys, about man dem opinion. I don't give a shit about man dem opinion. I'll be honest with you. I don't give a flying fuck about man dem opinion. I don't care. This is how I'm talking now. Honestly, guys, I don't really give a damn about the man dem opinion, about what they think and what they don't think, what will they think. I don't care. Honestly, I'll be real with you. I don't care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, let them think about what they hate Ruben Amram. Everything Ruben Amram does is going to be a mistake for them. Ruben Amram can go out there and win 10 games in a row. You know what I mean? And they're still going to find problems with Ruben Amram's system. They're still going to find problems with Ruben Amram. That's it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Big up, Samuel. What's going on, my friend? A toe being offside is a stupid rule made up by referees. Exactly. But what about clear and obvious, Samuel? Clear and obvious. We win 3-0 today. Big up, Ellen. Yeah, come on, Ellen. That's more like it. You need to see, that's a proper Norwegian, Jarle. Learn from it. Ahmed, big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Jengus, big up, Jengus. How you doing? Your legend. Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Hope everything is blessed with you, of course, guys. Absolutely. Look, we're not coming in the stream saying, I think we're going to lose to Wolves. I think we're going to everything. Go and do the bloody lottery then, and then go and do it at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Sal, such a game as Wolves is what the man them are really waiting for us to drop points. Exactly, that's what they're waiting for. This is why I don't give a flying F, Dave, about what they want and what they think. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what Ruben Amram thinks, people have already made up their mind, of course, guys. Absolutely. Manchester United aren't there to develop Kobe. Kobe's there to develop. Thank you so much, Ellen. What did the old players do in the 90s when they came into the squad? They developed their bloody self, didn't they? They improved themselves, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Jengus, I'm seeing idiots in the chats actually saying that we hope we lose to Wolves. Mate, let them do whatever. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of losers at the end of the day. A lot of people want us to lose to Wolves. Unfortunately, they're undercover haters of Ruben Amram. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Absolutely. Mark, Bruno is weak in midfield, but who else we got, my friend? I told you about Manu and the problems of Manu already. Who else do you want to bring in, mate? Do you want to bring in a Kamara, Onana, McGinn, Rogers, Tillmans? Then blame the board, mate. If you want to bring in those players, Mark, go and talk about the board, right? Go and talk about the board and let the board bring in some players. It's what we said at the beginning of the season, that why are we fixing the bloody midfield position? I sound like a broken record. This is exactly on the board. This is not on Ruben Amram. You want to blame Ruben Amram because it's a bit like a simplistic, simpleton opinion, guys. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So what I would say is that go and talk about the board, and Ineos come on the stream and say, well, Ineos need to bring in a Kobe, mate, a Kamara or a thing like, or a Kone or whatever you want to say, or Nagume or Lucelin Kamara or whatever you want to bring in. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what you think is best, of course, guys. Absolutely. We can go and buy Aston Villa players. We can go and do that, but that is down to the board if you want Aston Villa players. They didn't back him in the summer, and this is exactly what we were talking about at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Ellen, everything is Kobe's hands. We have opportunity that we are. Absolutely, Ellen, I agree. I got the third kit with Akunda's name on it. Well done, man. Big up my guy. Hope you wear it, and wear it for luck tonight, my friend. Absolutely. Wear it for luck. Big up, Helge. How you doing, you legend? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Look at the legend. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Salina, big up. El Genio, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. If we win today, they will brush it off and be silent. If we lose, they will hit. I mean, the hyenas will come out. They're like vultures, like pigeons. There's some of them in the stream today. They're like pigeons. They're already planting their seed on Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram is playing this midfield. They're playing this midfield. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Pessimistic is their life. They're born pessimists, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're born into pessimism. That's what they are. They're probably born in a pile of shit in a barn somewhere. That's why. Samuel, I would love to see Manchester United thrash Wolverhampton 1-6-0. That would be lovely, mate. I don't think it's going to happen, however. I really don't. But I'm not going to be pessimistic, guys. I'm not going to be saying that Man United are going to lose today. Man United are going to lose today. That's it. Man United lost against Wolves before it's even happened, guys. I mean, come on, guys. Why would you come on the stream and say, I think we're going to lose to Wolves today? Wolves. You should say, I think we're going to win today. Come on with that positive energy, man. You might actually get somewhere in life. Have that positive energy. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Absolutely. Born in a pile of shit in a barn somewhere. Exactly, Helge. Look, they were born with pessimism. They were born from not the depths of the sea, the depths of the shit. And we have to bring them up out of the shit. There you go. Corner, Makana. Absolutely. There you go, man. Absolutely. That is what it is at the end of the day, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the pessimism. I'm tired of the negativity. I'm tired of these anti-United folk have been supporting Man United for flipping 10 years, and they go come on here with their pessimism and blah, blah, blah. I think we're going to lose today against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I understand if you said, I think we might lose today against Barcelona. I think we're going to lose today and do what we did against Everton. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Absolutely. Come on, guys. It doesn't matter if we win or lose, guys. At the end of the day, what I would say is this. I don't come on here pessimism. Whatever I think, I don't come on here with the pessimism. I don't come on here with the anger, guys, with the thought that we're going to lose the game. We might lose the game, but I'm not going to come on here with thoughts that we're going to lose the game. That's not what I do, guys. I don't do them silly nonsense. We'll win 2-1. Come on, my friend. Big up, man. Held 4-0 or 4-1 today. Come on, glory, Man United. Absolutely, glory, Man United. That is what it's all about at the end of the day, guys. That is what it's all about. You know what I mean? I don't want to come on the stream, someone wake me up in the morning and gladly give me a big sour lemon at the end of the day. And that is what people are doing with me today. They're giving me a big fat sour lemon and say, yeah, I chew on that, Sal. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. At the end of the day, guys. I think we have a 33% chance of winning today if Amran's record over the 12 months is anything to go by. I think you have a 33% chance of being successful in life, Mark Goldman, if your rest of your life is anything to go by. Arman, Cunha and then Bremo will score for us. Absolutely. Big up, my friend. Smokes vape. We want Wolves to win, so Man United doesn't go. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Big up yourself. Big up. Absolutely. I thought that we were wearing our away jersey. I don't think we're going to wear a black kit because obviously Wolves we might wear yellow shorts, but it's too much of a clash. Absolutely. Jengas, some of these Muppets won't remember Mark Robins saving Ferguson. So they won't remember that, mate. Absolutely not. FA Cup tie, of course, famously, apparently saved Alex Ferguson's job. I'm not giving up on this manager yet. Support the man. Support him until he's no longer the manager. Exactly. Dan, morning, Sal. It doesn't even cross my mind losing to Wolves. I see it as an unthinkable. And exactly. It shouldn't even cross your mind, guys, at the end of the day. People throwing percentages at me, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, shut up. Cunha, with the celebration today. There's a reason they ain't got platforms. Holding up the hands because he scored against the previous team. I'll be there. Big up, Held. Guys, we ain't even played the game against Wolves. I actually feel like we've lost the Wolves and it's 24 hours later. That's how I feel at the moment, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Samuel. How far is Benjamin Sesko from being? I think a couple of weeks, Samuel, if I'm not mistaken. I think he'd be on the bench against Bournemouth. Fingers crossed, mate. Absolutely. I will be doing the match preview, my friend. I'll be doing a match preview, Dave, later on today, 7 o'clock, of course. Helge, when the Salah comments came out, I was driving and started laughing my head off because Hussam literally is a Liverpool supporter. Imagine him saying, Salah, you can't say that. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. We could say whatever, but the bloody hell we want. I've been on YouTube for bloody 20 years before these guys had nappies, diapers, man. I say what the bloody hell I want. I don't give a damn what people think about me. I don't give a damn. I say whatever I bloody want. If you are such a bloody snowflake, do you know what I mean? There's Jordanian football there, or there's Al Nasser there. Go and support them, for fuck's sake. Honest to God. Helge, you live rent-free in my head. Big up, Helge. Big up myself. Absolutely. What's going on, Donna? What's going on? Support the manager till Said faints down the car park. I mean, obviously, if his blood pressure carries on, he would do that without actually doing anything anyway. So, you know what I mean? Look up. Prayers for Said. Prayers for Said's cholesterol. Big up, guys. I hope you're doing well. Arman, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. When do you think Manu will start? I don't think he will start, mate. I think there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes, my friend. Absolutely. Ephraim, if we are not confident against Wolves, go and support another Cub. Absolutely, Ephraim. Exactly. Just get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my tits, man. Jengas, these Monday night games have put extra pressure on the team as well. So we're playing again on next Monday, I think. You know what I would say, Jengas? You're absolutely spot on, mate. You know, I'm living in the UAE, right? So obviously the games are 4 hours ahead of the UK. So we're kicking off at midnight. And that will be the third game. The Bournemouth game will be the third game in a row. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the third game in a row, I had to watch a game at midnight. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. But it is what it is. We do anything for Man United. We sacrifice for Man United, of course, guys. That is what we do, of course. Comment of the day. Big up Dada. Big up Donna. People just say we'll lose against Wolves so that if it happens, they can say, I told you we'll lose against Wolves. So, yeah, I know, mate. I know. At the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? It's the only joy they get, Held. So let them say it. It's the only joy they get. It's the only time they could say, I got it right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Goodness me. You know, I got it right. Oh, nothing in the fridge again. You know what I mean? Dave, your honest opinion on the Amraman Manu situation. Couldn't give a damn about Kobe Manu, to be honest with you, or anything. All I care about is Man United. I'll be honest with you, Dave. Couldn't care less. I'll be honest with you. I come from a generation of Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Gary Neville, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham. I don't give a damn about these players and these crybabies who want extra money for doing absolutely fuck all. I don't give a damn about these players. I absolutely don't. I don't care. Honest to God, now, do something, achieve something, win something, then actually talk about something. At the end of the day, everyone wants money for free these days. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is basically a Photoshop, a walking Photoshop of fakery. That's what they are at the end of the day, and this is what annoys me at the end of the day. Stephen, the EPL and the FA are doing everything they can for United to lose. Absolutely, with every single time, evening kickoff. And we all know that the evening kickoffs are more difficult than the day kickoffs. And that's no excuse, by the way. We should still win anyway, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Helge, my friend. I told you, man's a bunch of dafties. Mate, look, at the end of the day, look, you know what I mean? I'm going to come on here and you're going to have to take the realism today because I'm not in the mood. As you can tell, I am not in the mood for anyone to come on here and just come up with that, come on with that pessimism and that rubbish, because I smell agendas right a mile away, guys. I wasn't born yesterday at the end of the day. I have doubts about Amram needs proper tools to judge fairly. Absolutely. That is a clever comment, Jengus. Absolutely, my brother. Nothing surprising with you coming for you, mate. Brilliant interview by Dalot yesterday saying, I think we need to become more obsessed about Man United and more obsessed about winning. That's 1 out of 5 from our leader group. I don't care what Dalot has to say, to be honest. I've heard it all before, Helge. You've heard it before. I've heard it before. I've heard it all before. Absolutely. I've heard all these promises, these false dawns and all that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We should do this. We should do that. Proof is in the pudding, mate. At the end of the day, all I care about today, as you can see my determination, you need me in that dressing room right now. Honestly, I need that determination. I need to be in that dressing room and bloody talk about these things, guys, at the end of the day, these people, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, and teach them about, you know what I mean, how to play for Man United myself. That's right, Sal. You don't become a legend just by doing your hair in the morning. Exactly, mate. And you can tell I haven't done my hair. Exactly. Too busy being a legend. Pick up myself. I was sarcastic. It's stupid. We need to be more obsessed with it. I mean, I know what you mean, Helge. You're absolutely right. And I know, but I'm just saying, I'm clarifying that, you know what, these players, they talk a lot. They talk a great game, to be honest with you. They actually do talk a good game lately. The word legend is overstated. Yeah, especially when you're talking about yourself. But with me, I've actually done big things in life. You know what I mean? Work with legends and stuff like that. So does that make me a legend? Probably not. I'm not one to say that at the end of the day. But coming from Leytonstone in East London to work with platinum selling artists like D12 and Eminem, I think that's pretty legendary, don't you, mate? You know what I mean? Do your research, mate. Big up yourself. The word legend is thrown away around too easily, though, in regards to certain players. Yes. What we need for them to do is show us on the pitch, not these robotic statements. Again, exactly, Dave. I don't care about these cliche statements anymore. I'm tired of these cliche statements. I'm tired of this nonsense, talking this same old cliches, same old nonsense, guys. It does really get on my nerves. Honestly, I'll be honest. Samuel, Ruben Amorim needs to strip Bruno Fernandes of the armband and captaincy and give it to Matthias de Ligt. I agree with that, Samuel. Spot on, my guy. Spot on. I agree. They talk, then lose to the bloody Everton at home imposter. That's what we're talking about. I mean, we spoke about it the other day at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We spoke about it the other day about imposters at this football club talking a good game. Didn't Luke Shaw say at the beginning of the season, oh, yeah, this team can win the league? Didn't Ahmad say last week, we can win the league? Then do it. What are you waiting for? This is what we're talking about. What are you waiting for? Go and do it. Stop blaming the manager. Stop blaming this and blaming him, blaming this, blaming the training, blaming the weather, blaming the daytime or the nighttime. Go and do it, guys. Absolutely. Dalot talks a good game, but words ain't enough. Words ain't enough. Absolutely, Jenga. Spot on. The match is at 4 a.m. again for you. Big up Arman, by the way. Big up you guys there. Mine's at 12 a.m. It's a little bit better, but fair play to you, Arman. Fair play to you, brother. We didn't lose, Helge. We don't lose many games, but we need to win something. Absolutely. Guys, look, listen, at the end of the day, listen. I'm on one today. I am definitely on one today, and everyone has caught me on a bad time today, but I don't care. I'm going to say it as it is, guys. At the end of the day, I'm going to call out those Muppets who are just anti-Amorim and just want Amorim to lose deep down there. And they try to use percentages and that to try and to justify their argument deep down, trying to look all diplomatic and trying to look all subjective and objective and stuff like that, like they're smart. Not with me, guys. You can't pull wool over my eyes, guys. Absolutely not. Dave, since Amorim doesn't tie up one of their legs, the players should get a win tonight against Dross. Well, they should do, theoretically. This is why, David, I don't want to talk about losing to Wolves. It has nothing to do with me about losing to Wolves at the end of the day. I don't want to even think about Man United losing to Wolves. Not today, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Diego Dalot should go back to FC Porto and replace him with Jed Spence. Samuel, Jed Spence is a very good player, of course. Very, very good player, of course. England international now, of course, guys. Very good player. Yeah. Anyone, to be honest, Samuel, my guy, anyone, I wouldn't mind anyone coming into Man United instead of Diego Dalot. Anyone is going to be a bloody upgrade to Diego Dalot at the end of the day. Let's be real. He is a good player, but there are many players out there. One of my favorite players out there at the moment is Van der Sar. Of course, Man United were linked to Van der Sar in the summer, guys. They were linked to him. He's one of my favorite players as well, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Helge. Big up, Helge. Big up, my friend. Absolutely. Guys, I don't mean to offend anyone. Do you know what I mean? I know I'm offendable today, but at the end of the day, I'm just speaking about the birds and the bees. At the end of the day, you want to come on this channel and you want to throw percentages at me because you looked at it on Google. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna count it. Absolutely. Big up. Jengus, what makes me laugh is no other club in the top of half of the round in the manager out, although Liverpool are unhappy, but they're not defending champions and spent 400 million. Exactly, Jengus. Spot on. Our fan base. Can I tell you something, guys? I want to be totally honest with you guys, right? As a Man United fan for nearly 40 years, many of our fan base do not deserve success. I tell you that right now. Here's that from the mouth, from the horse's mouth, right? Much of our fan base do not deserve success. They do not deserve it. The way they've been going on, the way they've been acting, spreadsheet girl, all these people all there, they do not deserve success, even if they want it or don't want it. Because some of them I would question as Man United fans, to be honest with you. But a lot of them do not deserve success. I'll tell you that right now. None of them deserve success. Absolutely. Helge, big up, Helge, by the way. Would it be like 50 fullbacks I'll take ahead of Dalot? Exactly. You know what I mean? Some of them in lower divisions. Absolutely. Dave, in my opinion, if they back in Amorim, get the quality players in the midfield and wing back, so these two positions aren't really what vital, were they? I mean, can you imagine people saying that, we'll sign 2 midfielders and they won't bring them in the team? Come on, man. Just trying to use every excuse in the book in regards to that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, my friend. Sal, as soon as we score tonight, it will be a matter of how many we will get. Dan, do you know what? We know what's so important today is that Man United score first. That will be important, guys. Absolutely. I bought a boat yesterday. It was called on sale. Big up, Ellen. Hope you're doing well. Big up, everyone. Guys, sorry about the late turn up for today. I've been extremely busy, guys, but I still bring you the Stretford Post, guys. Without an arm, I bring you Stretford Post. Without 2 arms, I bring you Stretford Post. I would always bring you Stretford Post. Without an arm, I spit. I hold it. Absolutely. There you go, guys. Absolutely. I will always be here with Stretford Post and Breaking Dawn, guys. We don't miss out on Breaking Dawn. You should call the ball vote Salinho. Absolutely, my friend. Come on, my guy. Come on. Arman, big up Arman. Our next match is also 4 a.m. next Tuesday. It's too much, my friend. Arman, it's too much. It is too much. Absolutely. It's worth the wait. Big up, Helge. Listen, Helge, you can tell my attitude today. I'm just not in the mood for any clowneries, mate. I'm not in the mood. You know what I mean? I'm not in the mood for pesky little wasps in my face. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, but we are here and we're going to talk the truth today, guys, because you got me at the time where I'm going to be telling the truth, guys. Absolutely. So fair play. Fair play to you guys. Absolutely. But guys, look, in all seriousness, the match is later on. We're looking forward to it. The watch along is going to be legendary. I can feel it. It's going to be legendary, Helge. Look at my energy, Helge. Where do I get this energy from? I do not know. I've already been busy today. Of course, guys, I do not know where we get all this energy from, but I will always bring the energy, of course. Absolutely. Jengus, the narratives around Amorim are sickening. Some channels are making out Amorim was laughing at Mainu when he was laughing at the journalist half-baked question. Exactly. This is the problem, isn't it, Jengus? The reason he was laughing is because he knows the truth about Mainu, and he thinks that he's going to come out and start talking the truth about Mainu. He thinks that, you know what he's laughing at? He thinks that the journalists think he's going to say the truth. I know what the truth is. I know what happened. Right. So he thinks that the journalists are going to come out and think he's going to say the truth to them so they can use that and highlight that. You know what I mean? And use it against him. It's ridiculous. That's why he's laughing. Exactly. Phil the man, what's going on, my guy? Hope you're doing well. I've been going to Old Trafford since 1980, the days when players, brothers, and badge was the family crest. My guy had fight and gave their all blood for each other. Absolutely, Phil. Phil, you resonate with me, my guy. You resonate with me. Absolutely, mate. That is what football used to be. I spoke the other day about, you know what, these snowflake fans, you know what I mean, who've been supporting the club only a few years. I used to live in a small town called Leighton in East London, right? There's a football team called Leighton Orient. They're in League One at the moment. The most they can hope for is the Championship. They get close, but they never quite get to the Championship. I know people who used to travel across the world to see Leighton Orient play, right? And you know what? They might lose that game. More times than not, they may lose that game. But what did they do? They went to that game because they loved the crest and they loved the football club. They went to that game because of that. Absolutely. Don't know what you mean, Jan. I have no idea what that is. I don't know who Anne Frank is. Best channel on YouTube. Give it a like. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Big up, Ellen. People in general read body language like they are like dyslexic. It's shocking how poor people read body language. Like you say, it's so obvious he's not laughing at Manu. Stupid shit. They're stupid. They just want to twist things. This is what annoys me. Hell, this is what drives me absolutely bonkers, mate, because I know what they're trying to do. I know they want to twist it. Oh, he's laughing at Manu. He's laughing at Manu. He's not bloody laughing at Manu, for crying out loud. Just like he's not saying Luke Shaw is part of his future and is a world-class player because he thinks he's a world-class player. He's saying that because he wants him to perform. He's not going to come out and say, you know what, actually, I don't really want to play Luke Shaw, but he's shit, but I have to play him, so I've got no other choice. Do you think that's going to help Luke Shaw or whatever other player in the team? Do you think that's going to help them? Of course, he's going to big up these players who are currently playing for Man United that he needs because he has such a small squad and thin squad. Of course. I hope they wear the away kit today, bro. Big up yourself. Are you Amram out, Javier? I'm Amram nothing, mate. I'm Manchester United in. I'm not Amram out. I'm not Amram in. I'm Manchester United in, my guy. And that is what I am. And that is how we are in this stream. A lot of us, I am Amram in, Amram out. I criticize when we need to criticize. I will praise when we need to praise. That's what I do at the moment. My main focus, Javier, my friend, Lito, big up yourself. Got a nice Boca Juniors little Avi there. My main focus is tonight, and it is winning the game tonight, my friend. Absolutely. That is what it's all about tonight for me. Of course, according to our socials, we are wearing the third kit. I don't think we will because yellow will clash. It will clash. Absolutely. Phil, that's why I love Mazrui. He'll fight for the badge and his teammates, proper player, absolutely. No Chapu supporter or Amram out. If you live in the slub, you don't want us back to square one again. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Don't have a clue, Dave. Don't have a clue. That is a proper conundrum right there. We don't want to use Manu to get into the Champions League, but others are willing to take him the gamble at least for 60 million for him. If we get 60 million for him, I'll rip your hand off, Christian. That's one thing I will say. They are wrong then. Big up, my guy. Big up, Garrett. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see Garrett in the house. Big up, my friend. I agree with United for brother. Big up, my bro. Hope you're well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Ellen, we won't get 60 million for a bench. We won't get 60 million for Manu. That's it. But we won't sell him to Newcastle United for 40, 30 million to improve it. Nah. He goes to bloody PSG. Let PSG have him. Brian Greenoff, Jimmy, Journey Greenoff, Fabio De Silva, Rafael De Silva, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, and famous brothers to play for Manchester United. Big up, my guy. Absolutely, yes. I don't see a future with Shaw. He is a wounded, weak mentality. I thought he was going to say he's a wounded bear. Player. I only play until Martinez gets fit. In what world would you say that? Absolutely. Jengas, agree with you, mate. Big up Jengas and big up Phil. What's going on? I hope you're doing well. Phil, the man. What's going on, my friend? I hope everyone is blessed today, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day regardless. I don't care if I've upset you. If I upset you, sorry, guys. I don't mean it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't want any nonsense in this stream, guys. I really don't. Not today. Definitely not today. Got a busy day. I got a busy day today, but you know what? I'm going to be looking forward to the game and be looking forward to watching Man United play Wolverhampton Wanderers tonight. Of course, guys. Jengas, I would do pretty crazy things to get Bouaddi. What you do? I tell you what you do, Held. You go out there in the freezing cold, mate, with a bunch of Stretford Post leaflets, and you go around your town, bro, and you give out all those leaflets around your town, everywhere, and you say, listen, go and subscribe to Stretford Post. You know what? You won't regret it, guys. You won't regret it. Go and surprise. So go and subscribe to Stretford Post. That's what you do, guys. Absolutely. Helge, probably Jugsaw. Big up, Helge. Big up, Helge. Guys, I'm not in the mood today. Yeah, at the end of the day, I told you that before. But at the end of the day, guys, look, it's all banter for me. Look, I laugh all day, guys. I am like that. At the end of the day, anyone want to respond, you're more than welcome to respond on the channel, guys. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. Garrett, I don't think Amarim don't want to play Kobe. He wants to win with the senior players, but they are useless out. Garrett, the problem is, guys, is people don't understand what went on with Kobe Manu. I, for one, know what happened with Kobe Manu. I know what happened in training, and I've said it before on the channel, but you know what I would say is that it's not that he doesn't want to play him. Of course he does. The problem is what the conduct that happened that obviously left Ruben Amorim in a bit of a conundrum, a little bit like what happened with Anthony, if you know what I mean. If people know, they know, of course. Ian, it's a horrible game. This could be excruciatingly embarrassing. Could be excruciatingly good as well. You never know. Things happen. We beat Liverpool away. You know what I mean? I had one of the best nights last night, so I'm in such a good mood today. It's good to see, Held. You deserve to be in a good mood, my friend. You do deserve to be in a good mood. Held. Absolutely. Big up, Held. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope everything is good with you and hope everyone is good. But then Kobe are the worst, then useless in training. It's pure logic. Exactly. At the end of the day, look, you know, what I've heard and what I've seen, at the end of the day, guys, you can have a player, right, that is a good player, but his attitude is the wrong attitude. We all know what happened last season with the contract negotiations and things like that, and he was asking for more money, asking for money before you've actually achieved something. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, big up Helen, big up Helge, big up the Norwegian contingent, of course, absolutely. Helge, I know you have talked about him before, but yeah, Sal, what happened to Kobe's contract talks? Man United are not entertaining his contract talks. That's basically what it is. He wants contracts, and Man United are not entertaining it. Basically, what it is at the end of the day is you have to achieve something. You have to earn a contract at the end of the day. I'm not saying that he should be earning this much or that much. He should be earning 200 grand a week. Why? Why should he be earning 200 grand a week? In what world do we... All right, you had one good season. You had a good season. You became an England international. Got to your European final. But after that, what happened for Manchester United? Absolutely jock shit. Nothing happened at the end of the day. And that's one thing I was saying. Yeah, team spirit. He's talking about the brothers. Brothers, mate. You know, brothers in football. Not many, to be honest with you. Not many brothers in football. I've not got a clue what you mean by that, Helge. But anyway, yeah. So at the end of the day, guys, we are ready for tonight's game, guys. Absolutely passionate show. Loving it like here. We're loving it. We're loving it. Absolutely. Jengus, Pep doesn't tolerate dickheads. They are going to quick a time at us. Cancelo doesn't matter how good you are. Exactly, Jengus. And what did they say Ineos the other day? We don't want any dickheads. Basically, we don't want anyone like that. You know what I mean? We don't want any dickheads. That's basically what Ineos said. We don't want any dickheads. That is what it is. You're a dickhead, you're going. People think they know these players. People think they went to Christmas dinner with these players. People think that they invited their wife, they know their mums and their grandmas and their aunties, and they know everything about the player. The player could be an absolute prat. You don't know that at the end of the day. The player could be an absolute wrong one. You know, and you're saying, playing, blame, blah, blah. People don't know that at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? I love them as well. Yes, especially the old ones. They're the best ones, of course. We ain't got no originality these days, so we copy it, of course. Have you been to Christmas market yet where you live? I live in Abu Dhabi, my friend. I don't think there's many Christmas markets. I don't really celebrate Christmas. Of course, my wife is Christian, but I don't really celebrate, to be honest with you, festivals and things like that. But yeah, look, fair play to everyone who does. Of course, Garrett. Nothing but a win. Glory, Man United. Come on, Garrett. That's what it's all about. Win to the next three are the worry. Absolutely, mate. Helge. Imagine Pep being in United. He'd kick 95% out in 2 seconds. Amarim too, probably. But the club wouldn't allow it. Exactly. Stephen. Players don't care what fans say or do or in the money. Exactly. And then people act like they're like the long lost brother or something like that, the way they talk about these players. Do you know what I mean? It does make me laugh. It really does. Ellen, let's win tonight and we can have a good week. Come on, Ellen. I don't want any more negativity. I'll be honest. I'm tired of it. Guys, I'll be honest with you guys. Ellen, everyone, I'm tired of negativity. I'm tired of it. I'm fed up. Ain't you fed up, guys? Don't you feel fed up? Don't you feel fed up? It's all right to feel fed up sometimes. Smash a like and subscribe. Big up. Thank you so much, FM, you legend. Big up, my friend. Helge, we are cleaning house, but he's taking time. City cheated financially. Exactly. Very, very true. They did cheat financially. But what I would say, they got to work quicker, Jengus. They should have got his midfield in the summer. You know, they should have got his midfield in the summer. They should have got the wing backs because now we're in this position where there's a lot of negativity around Man United because Ineos didn't do the job fully. They did not do the rebuild. They brought him a couple of attacking players and a goalkeeper last minute. It's nowhere near good enough at the end of the day. They have not done a good job so far. So what can they do? What can they do? They can fix it. Let's hope that they fix it in January. Let's hope that they do that in January and fix it. Because if they don't bring in anyone in January, then we might as well just give up on Ineos. Because at the end of the day, they have no interest in supporting Ruben Amorim. And they have no interest in Manchester United being a success, guys. Absolutely. Love the positivity, cleaning house at snail speed. Yeah, they are cleaning house. I am not giving any praise to Ineos at all because they've done nothing for this football club. Nothing. Right? At the moment, nothing. Don't care. Nothing for this football club so far. We actually got worse. We definitely need to bolster the squad, and that's what they need to think about, because if they don't bolster, they should have bolstered it in the summer, Jengus. Let's be real, because lo and behold, I'm not psychic. I don't believe in being psychic. I don't have a gin next to me either. At the end of the day, I knew this will happen in the summer, that we will be here in December. And I think I even said December. We will be here in December without our midfield and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Helge, it's crazy to think about last January. The big thing was a CM and they didn't buy it, then leaked it. It's because we are buying a mega super duper amazing CM in the summer. Exactly. Then we don't buy in the summer. Exactly. Trust. Help me to trust you. Help me to trust you. Help me to help you. It's a bit like, what is it? Jerry Maguire, the film with Tom Cruise. Help me to help you. Help me to help you. That is what it is at the end of the day. Kenny, Samuel, it was fantastic seeing Aston Villa beat Woolwich Arsenal at Villa Park. Absolutely. Woolwich Arsenal, if you know, you know. I used to work in Woolwich Arsenal for a little while. Guess where I used to work in Woolwich Arsenal? New Look. Absolutely. Kenny, Bruno being sold should have benefited Amorim, but people would tell me why replace a player with goal and assist. Exactly that. Why do you think Liverpool are happy just to drop Mohamed Salah? Look at Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah's stats are incredible over the last few years. Why would they be all open in dropping Mohamed Salah? Do you know what I mean? Helge, it's mental. If we bought a CM, we'd easily be in the top 4 because of that alone. Exactly, mate. We're close now. We'll be joint 4th if we win tonight. I mean, sorry about the pessimism attack. Sorry, guys. But we'll be joint 4th tonight if we win. Isn't that what? Well, joint 5th, right? Joint 5th, 1 point behind Crystal Palace. Right? At the end of the day, who we beat, right? So we'll be right up there, guys. So at the end of the day, look, we're going to be up there. We'll be 1 point, 2 points from 3rd place. I mean, if someone said at Christmas, guys, if someone said at the beginning of the season, at Christmas, you will be in touching distance of the top 4. You'll be more or less around the top 4 positions. Wouldn't you take that? This is what I'm talking about at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? People. Sorry, Helge. It's mental. If we bought a CEO, yeah, sorry, I read that one. Big up, dementia.com. And now we are 1 year and them lying about the CM. And now we are leaking cheap options in January. They are frauds and liars. They have to prove it wrong, isn't it? We are trying to play with wingbacks without wingbacks. Exactly, Ian. So why didn't they back him with wingbacks? Why did they bring a manager in with a distinctive style of play with wingbacks and 3 at the back if they're not going to back him with wingbacks and 3 at the backs? It's insanity, really, isn't it? They might as well just sort of got Sam Allardyce. You know what I mean? Salah is 100% going 600 million. Again, good luck to him. He's been a legend. You know what, guys? There was a question yesterday. Who's a bigger legend? Mohamed Salah or Steven Gerrard? You know what I mean? CM will get fixed. We will be back. Absolutely. Crazy to think about. If we'd sold Bruno, we could have bought 2 CMs for that. And then probably we could buy wingbacks instead of CMs now in January. The 4 in the midfield could be fixed. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Spot on, my guys. Spot on at the end of the day. Guys, that's me for today. I think I've had enough. I think that's it, guys. But thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Absolutely good to have you guys on board. Donin, Salah Van Dijk should have gone in the summer, same as Casemiro and Bruno. Yep, I agree with that, Donin. Absolutely spot on. But we wanted to keep them, of course, didn't we? We wanted to keep them, unfortunately, guys. Absolutely, guys. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the channel. As usual, guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Guys, don't forget to join me for the match preview at 7 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. UK time. No, is it 4 p.m.? 3 p.m. UK time, guys. 3 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Middle Eastern time, guys. 3 p.m. UK time. I will be live for the match preview while giving my predictions. I know it's a little bit late, guys, but better late than never, isn't it? At the end of the day, guys. So I will be there at 3 p.m., guys. Absolutely. And guys, don't forget to smash a like on the way out as well. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed already, and don't forget to put your notifications on as well if you guys can do that for me. Look forward to watching on today. Big up, let's have it, mate. Big up yourself. I love the Salah. I love the Salah comedy. Finally, Liverpool managed to get it ahead. Absolutely, Ellen. Big up, Sal. Big up, Ephraim. Bruno and Cass are gone next summer, in my opinion. They should be. But they won the league, but nobody cared. Exactly. I mean, nobody cared, of course, guys. Have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. See you later on for the match preview. Take it easy, guys. Keep your notifications on. Remember that. And obviously, big, massive day. Come on, United. Big up. Take it easy. Peace.